Introverts, how did you meet your girlfriend? She played League of Legends in the same group of friends as me. I tried starting the conversation on the day of her birthday and said happy birthday. She didn't get back to me till a few days later. Just got married to her last month. Introverted GF here. I met my boyfriend 4 years ago at a party. I was sitting down with my flatmate and he was beside me talking to a mutual friend. She got up and left and we sorta looked at each other then started chatting. I thought he was weird but in a this could be interesting to stick around way. I asked him out and he rejected me but I decided he was nice enough to be friends with. That turned into friends with benefits and was casual. I dated a few guys so I wouldn't get attached but nothing stuck. Over the last couple years or so there was a shift where it felt like we were more than FWB but slightly less than exclusive relationship. Thursday he made a comment basically calling me his girlfriend. Then on Friday I was talking to him on Messenger, LDR, and went am I your girlfriend or not and he went sure and we spoke a little more and became official. In the words of my dad, who were they trying to kid? So all it took was 4 years. I have known her since first grade. About a month before our sophomore homecoming she decided she liked me and told me I should ask her to the dance in a cute way. I did and we started holding hands and shit and we have mostly been together ever since. That was in '09. Goddamn you and your cute story. It's too much. I invited literally all my friends to a Halloween party I threw at home, and allowed them to bring their friends too. And lo and behold, there she was, skinny, pale, dark-haired, the shapest, most supple ass I have ever seen, and a resting bitch face that could kill a man at 10 paces. We struck a convo and she turned to be the meanest, most cynical, and verbally cutting person I have ever met. It was as if Dr. Cox and Dr. House raised a clone of Miranda Lawson together. We traded smug remarks and veiled insults the entire night, while binging on mystery moonshine. Of course I was in love immediately. She stayed at my place for 3 days, and it was the most intense, filthy, kinky, pornographic, and intense days and nights of my life. On the 4th day I looked like a man raped by a wolverine, and my dick whimpered and begged for mercy. We stayed together ever since. It's our 5th year together and our son is 2 months old. Smile. What girlfriend? I'm an introvert that is getting more extroverted the older I get. When I lived in England, she was working at a coffee shop in the train station. I walked past the coffee shop every day, and if she was working I would pop in and buy a coffee. I hated their coffee, but I just wanted a chance/any chance to talk to her. After awkwardly asking her name and where she was from in a line with a bunch of people behind me, I got the courage a few days later to lie and tell her I needed help with Spanish lessons as I was traveling there for work. She was from South America. She knew exactly what I was doing and told me her boyfriend probably wouldn't like it if she gave private Spanish lessons to me. I tried to play it off as a joke. Why would he care if you are teaching Spanish? She smiled and never brought it up again. I never got a chance to redeem myself and she never spoke of it again. I left the country not too long after. Still single. Wish that one would have had a happy ending like the others, always thought it would. Possibly waited too long. What GF? Took off my glove and one thing led to another. Next thing I know she's giving me a hand job. I didn't. What's a girlfriend? We met in high school. I was the shy girl and he was the popular guy everyone wanted, so cliché. He just started talking to me one day and we got really close, but at the time I had just started dating his best friend. After that relationship finished he confessed his love for me and told me he's had feelings since the day he met me. We've been together for 5 years now. I met mine playing Destiny together, which led to eventually talking lots over Skype, and it just developed over time. She lives in Australia, I live in New Zealand. She's come to see me twice now and in 2 weeks I go over to see her. The best part is that when I go back to NZ she's coming with me and we can finally start our lives together. Smile. Introvert here with short story time. I've been trying to become more social, online dating, etc. Nothing works. I've been going to a store a few times and I've seen this girl a few times but never thought anything of it. Turns out she was eyeing me and I never knew, and the only reason she said anything to me was because I made a comment about her butt. I was completely floored and spooked because I'd never had someone interested in me before. We went on a date tonight and it was successful. So in short, I literally did nothing. Truly an odd situation for me. Deleted. Wife of 7 years now, together for 12. We worked together for around a year and a half. I liked her since day one, but she was in a relationship. When her relationship ended, I would engage her in conversation more, but never built up the balls to ask her out. I would do things like burn her music CDs and movies that she liked. Once she called me because she blew her tire taking a friend to the airport and they could not get the lug nuts off the flat to change the tire, so I drove 45 miles, changed her tire and went home. Basically, she knew I had a huge crush on her but that I probably wouldn't make a move. One night we closed together and after we left the store and went to our cars we talked for about an hour. She basically said, "I know you like me, at least it seems like it. Let's go to a movie or something, I like you too." As soon as I was 100% that she liked me, my self-confidence blossomed on its own and we hit it off. We have 3 children, I'm still madly in love with her and I don't see the downhill anytime soon. I have a feeling we will be together until I die. Alcohol. I was standing on a chair trying to fix a wall-mounted television, this was before monitors. He was an underemployed IT guy and walked by the room, seeing me, in my heels, standing on the chair making little headway. He came in, offered me his hand and helped me down. Then he fixed the damn monitor. I remember thinking he was the kindest person ever, since mostly no one helped anyone at that job. And he was a gentleman and had the best smile. We talked for a while and then he started dropping by my office, even apologizing for being so quiet. I said I didn't mind. Millions of words later, we are both in our respective chosen professions, still introverted, and have 100 shared hobbies and interests. He's the smartest, most handsome man ever. He doesn't use Reddit, so I'll tell. It was at work. He kept sneaking up behind me and tapping my back. He's 6 feet 3 inches and pretty big yet managed to move silently. Then he'd make a cute sort of a hee noise and run away. I helped him get a better job but kept him. I haven't. I met my girlfriend in an online chat room. We knew each other about 3 days before we figured out we not only live in the same city, but really close by. She told me one night that she was planning on driving her truck off a local bridge. I told her I was going to walk over to her place and stop her. She ended up picking me up about halfway between our homes. It was like a 20-mile walk. I was being stupid. After getting back to her place and calming her down, we've been together for nearly 2 years now. Don't regret a single moment of it. Fuck. What does the socially inept black guy say to a beautiful/interesting girl? Also, I'm drunk, otherwise I wouldn't be so open, even online. We shared the same compartment in a revolving door and we've been going around together ever since. I snuck up behind her and bundled her into a big sack, then I took her back to my castle and forced her to marry me. Actually, here on Reddit. When you're in your lows, don't give up. Someone might see your inner beauty no matter how bad things may get or feel. My younger brother and I lived 3 houses up the street from my future wife. My nephew, who was about 8 years old, broke the main water line to her house. She was so angry that I think she wanted to kill me just for being related to him. But when I showed up at her house, she instantly fell in love with me. No, just kidding. She later told me that I looked like a teenage boy who had just escaped from a concentration camp. That was 34 years ago. Still married to her. Must have been that concentration camp chic gets 'em every time. On a derivative of a famous Mongolian underwater basket weaving enthusiast forum. Still not sure how I managed to get her to fly over the big pond, but she's still here. Reddit gives a little too much hope. Too much hope is bad. Bad. Wrote a piece of software to ask her to prom with in high school. Introvert girl here. Tinder. I had a lot of bad luck there, dating a few guys but never finding one that was nice or that I was attracted to as much as he was to me. I'd pretty much given up. Then I saw this gorgeous guy. Beautiful blue eyes, dark hair, piercings. He was just stunning. I looked at his profile and saw that he was a fan of Supernatural, and even had the same tattoo as I did. So I swiped right and we matched. We hit it off instantly, and the first night we talked we were up until 7 AM. We chatted for around 12 hours straight. He asked me out on a date, and I said yes. Sadly, he kept cancelling. There was always something stopping us from meeting up, so I deduced that he wasn't interested in me that much, and moved on. I started dating someone else, and blocked the cute guy. I was too cowardly to tell him I'd found someone else. Things with that guy didn't work, and I think in part it was because I was always thinking what if about the first guy. So I unblocked him, and apologized. He was hurt, and I understood that he didn't want to see me again. But he changed his mind. We finally went on our first date 2 months after we first talked, and here hasn't been longer than a week since then that we haven't seen each other. The fact he lives with me now kinda helps that. I'm so in love with him, and I'm so lucky I found him. He's my world.